Hey, howdy-o, everyone. Lost Leader here. We're back in action for more Killing Attraction. That's right, it is Danganronpa's first class trial. So we're going to get to that very, very soon. But first, I have to click on things. Clickety-click, clickety-clack, clack, clack, clickety-click-clue. Yeah, I know. I wish we had some set skills or something, because we did last time with the first class trial. Very first class trial, we actually did have something. Here, we just weren't able to find the people, or rather, I was not able to find that one bunny rabbit thing that's like, oh, I'm gonna give you skills and whatnot, so bad game. Nah. Still got a bit of a cough, but you know, most of the talk is gonna be done by the actual game itself because that's how class trials are done. So let's find out who killed who killed the Bakugan. Yeah.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Well, that's good for them. It has a happy ending either way.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it?
I suppose it's kind of sad.
By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry.
No need to worry. Is Don here?
I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate monogamy, of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules?
I mean, to be fair, you could settle things with your fist here, Soda.
Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
You just missed out on all the fun. He's, you know, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. That's him.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
The most pressing issue on our minds?
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Bakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table? We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. We can't do that. No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I'll provide simple tutorials at every important moment. The one thing I really don't like about these class trials. The tutorials always interrupting me at unexpected spots. I hope this is not the same case, but it likely is, because it's, you know, more of the same game, honestly. I'm sorry, but please excuse my irritating rudeness. It's fair. I mean, this time they actually, you know, apologize in advance. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all your classmates will speak one after another, without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to move the reticle and then fire with the triangle button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. knife, blood stain. Okay, so these are the things that we have.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
Good old dogs, bearing bones. Huh? What he just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know.
Why was Byakuya's body
Okay, that's
in a
concentration.
place like that?
Bloodstain under the table.
His body was underneath the table
Alright, how do we...
at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer
Alright, so-
they probably moved the body there.
No, that's
There
wrong.
we go. Counter. It's a little stupid counter thing now.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Aw. And here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
God damn, she went for him. Just goddamn. She's so mean. I don't like her one bit. Like, she's just too mean. She's definitely a fetish, though. She's like that kind of fetish where just like people are like, oh yeah, I like people being mean to me and bullying me. I'm just like, I don't want that. She's so... Look at this sentence. Went for his life.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
I feel like there's phrasing that goes along with this, but it escapes me.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
Yep, she remembers things quite vividly.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
To be fair, she had a lot of food in her mouth at the time.
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Bakuya dove under the table, if it's connected to what Bakuya was doing during the party. Alright, so either the bloodstained knife thing found under the table where the body was discovered. Oh god dang it. Why am I being tied on this too? During the blackout, the Conan tripped and fell in the dining hall. Okay. The case Bakuya had with him, a lot of security equipment. I'm pretty sure it's this thing right here. Tenor's accounts, bloodstained tablecloth, a knife found in the crime scene. Details not included. Oh, no, we don't need that yet. The threatening letter was found. I'm guessing we could show this right here, and it'd be fine, but they were like saying like don't show it like right now because of things. God dang it! What was I looking for again? Display problem. It's connected to what Bakuya was doing during the party. Then it's probably okay, punctured. Kept trying to use the bathroom. Party started. Okay. Oh god dang it! What could it be? So I'm guessing this one.
Crap!
Really? Great. Dove under the table. It's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party. Then it's probably... Why do you dive under the table? Like that legit, I'm a bit confused on. Found under the table where the body was. Well, maybe it's this.
I can prove it with this. It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, "I am the murder weapon!"
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. And no matter how many weak spots there are, there will be only one lie or contradiction in a debate at a time. Or at least that you can access, I guess. That means that there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your fluids gauge will take damage. If your fluids gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding the R1 button, you can process the argument slowly. Please use this whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this is consuming the focus gauge, so please be careful. And then options button during arguments, review controls. Well, good luck and have fun. Okay, good enough. Gotta make the argument again. Why? His night vision goggles.
I'm sure
So switch
Byakuya
that.
ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
No, that's
Yeah,
wrong.
gotcha. We ain't going to go for a second round, okay? I know what I'm looking for.
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
If he was using those night vision goggles we found under the table, he could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Oh snap, she's there! What happened?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
The other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by Mihiru's sudden argument? Just between you and me, and I was also surprised. Who are you, buddy? Just kidding, I'm sorry. Okay. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak points, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of the remarks, it's important to know where to cut vertically and sideways and diagonally. What is this mess now? Based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it'll skew you toward their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. The number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts the sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's arguments change. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots for the triangle button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut the opponent's remarks. Huh? What's the truth blade? I'm entirely sorry. It appears that have been delayed in contacting you. I'll make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets are called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Well, the names has changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? Press the options button during these arguments to review the controls. Alright, good luck and all that such. Less stick, eh? Alright,
If you just use... The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
What? Can advance forward if I'm just listening. I should let Murillo say what she wants to say, and then final point that I can argue against.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Okay.
If you just use the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality. So those goggles were planted. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oh my god. Retreat. God dang it, I don't know what this is. Oh my god.
If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used
I do not like this mechanic at all. I do not like this mechanic at all.
The killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Alright, finally, jeez. I mean, it's interesting, it's so fast.
No,
oh my god.
Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
I mean, it's not really... Just let her have it.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
Knife was brought in the Duralumin case, along with the night vision goggles too. No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. The duct tape.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found.
Huh? Duct tape?
They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
Yes. Yes, he was.
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right, Bakuya probably knew. Oh yeah, it was the one thing in particular that I was going to address in the first place, but wasn't able to. Because I was like, they'll probably want me to do it later on.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
What kind of friendly lies?
Those are still lies!
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing. Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer? Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Bakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
That's true. But I still can't believe it. Someone in the room killed Bakuya. There's no way I could believe that. Yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get a knife from under the table into his hands. It's the glowing paint.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
Yep, that's it. That was the reason why. Ibuki is such a genius.
I am not the killer.
We were close, fam.
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
Oh my god. She's like, you know what? She says it's not. Why would she lie? What would she have to gain?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout? Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If you call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the options button during these arguments, you review the controls. Alright, good luck and have fun. Alright, this kind of innovation I agree with so far. I agree with this kind of stuff.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time!
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Just from listening to Pico's statement, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony.
Since Peko was...
Can I look at the testimonies again properly? Alright, during the blackout, Ibuki was able to discern all the noise people were making. Don't need that. Teru's account, the gas stove in the kitchen is powered by electricity. That's why Teru couldn't use it during the blackout. Alright, that's fine too. I think this is the one. Let's see here. When Chihaki was standing guard outside, Fuyu Pico apparently came to the old building, then walked away. Don't need that one yet. Was this the one? During the search for Bakuya from the blackout, Kuzuichi headed straight to the office. He didn't see anyone there, including Pico. That might be part of it. Let's see. Nikomoro kept trying to use the bathroom since before the party started, but someone was using it the whole time. He was able to enter the bathroom after Bakuya's body was discovered. I'm gonna say it's Nikomoro's
in the
account.
office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's
So I
impossible.
probably have to hit that one right there.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the... That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Alright, so I
Since Peko was
believe
in, she could have
it's
caused
not
the
this
blackout
one.
at any time.
That's impossible.
It's the other
Because
one.
I was not in
It's out of the
not
two.
even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
Oh yeah, got it. She was using the bathroom. She was blowing it up.
No, I think Peko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
And yeah, it's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started, and it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Peko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko.
I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit.
Wouldn't it be it's the shits? Because that's an actual thing. People, I just wanted to just really construct this down, because it's shit is different from it's the shits or it's the shit. There are three different things that could easily be just changeable by that alone. I don't know why that is the case, but it's the shits means basically it's not diarrhea, but it's something close to diarrhea, and like it's really bad. It's a really bad like poop you gotta take. It's the shit is obviously it was cool, and it's shit means that it's bad. It's objectively bad. So bad localization for not noticing that one little bit. I'm just saying.
Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Oh, she's embarrassed. Girl, it's a body function. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. The smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
Nikomoru, he's a great guy.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited? Seriously, stop it.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pico's stomachache was a coincidence or someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Make your argument. Embarrassing pose. Party dishes. Party dishes is most likely.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Yeah, right there.
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Alright, so whether Pico's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. We need to clarify that first.
Did you?
Okay. Alright, what does the party dishes say? Taro poured his heart and soul into cooking various party dishes. However, Akane and Pico were the only ones who ate them. So it can't be the party dishes, if only because Akane didn't have to take or had the shits. It's something that Nikomoru and Pico did, because they both had the shits. So they most likely both had laxatives on them. Or some jazz like that. So if it ain't that...
Eat anything weird?
Knife. AC timer.
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Embarrassing pose. What the heck is an embarrassing pose? During the blackout, cutting a tripped and fell on the dining hall. I mean, the only thing that actually makes any sense in comparison is the party dishes. Like, that is it. That is all we could say. But he already answers that by saying it ruined the taste. But, I mean, laxatives aren't necessarily going to, like, ruin taste. It's just him kind of, like, arguing that. But, like, it doesn't have to be that.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
AC timer, and that's it. That's the only thing that we have, honestly. We just have party dishes.
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
No, that's wrong!
Okay, we're putting an argument with the party dishes. Okay then. It wasn't about finding laxatives.
It's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Oh, she's adorable.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene. Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Damn.
Cease this bickering.
Admittedly, that was very royalties, like just like legit.
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how the blackout occurred. It was the AC timer. It was everything blowing out at once. That's all it was. Very, very clear on that. Irons and oh my god, yeah, irons in the storage room.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Alright,
Did they
that was
throw
adorable.
a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
That was it.
They probably messed with the breaker.
Oh no, it's the mess with the breaker bit.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Ah, it might be that
maybe they
too.
caused a power surge?
I agree with that.
Yeah, boy.
It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Oh snap, he's here. He's queer, get used to it, folks.
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
Okay, come on.
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
Why? Okay, how is it inexcusable? The AC timer. AC timer is the dagger.
If the irons in the storage room caused the blackout, then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the storage? Then that means everyone who was in when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall were... If the irons caught, then the killer had to go to the storage room before that and turn on the irons. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
It's true the irons were responsible for the blackout. That shouldn't be the only
The
reason.
people in the dining hall weren't able to cause...
because
If
I
the
didn't
irons
get one.
caught, then the killer had to go to the storage and turn on the irons.
He keeps doing it way too fast.
Now do you
I don't mean to
intend
like
take
go
back
out.
What you said?
God dang it.
But the people in the dining hall
after
weren't
this.
able to cause the black... If the irons caused the blackout...
Allow
There
me
we
to
go.
cut through those words.
Again, it's too fast. That's the only problem I
The
have
irons
with
are
it.
just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham Hands died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Come on, you have to admit, you made it sound so cute and adorable.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear. You deserve to die 1,000 deaths.
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet! I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No. The breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Oh my god, dude. This is corny. You're corny! Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Oh my god, dude. He got really creepy now.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
What?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
What the fuck? He switched completely, like a 180 thing. I love this, and I'm so confused at the same time, because he's just like, you know what? Die? Not so bad. Come on, y'all gotta try it once.
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior.
I mean, it isn't healthy behavior, I agree, but I mean...
Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too. Please, take me home already. I want to go home and eat candy.
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Oh my god. He just completely flipped side and is crazy. I love it.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong. I think.
Oh?
Did you say something?
'Cause we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
A clue, you say?
Love that line reading right there. That was...
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They use glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before? Is she asking how the killer got close to the table? Even that they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they needed to get close to the table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. My hero's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Alright, let's see here. Oh snap, Nagito was like right by there! Nagito, what are you doing? Just as I thought, this diagram is a clue. Who the killer is, and how they were able to move the table in the dark. That's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Spot the section. They used something to help them move in the dark. Okay, so, what is that? I'm sorry, but I had no idea what you're talking about.
Crap!
Okay. What they had to use in the dark? Maybe it was the nightshades? Bakuya was using the night vision goggles, right? Then there's no way the killer could have used them.
Crap!
Okay. The cord?
Here!
Seriously, the cord?
The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp light. The killer actually used the weight of the desk lamp, of course!
I can prove it with this! They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table, then use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Who?
The only person here could have possibly done it. I mean, technically speaking, it is Nagito.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was right after the blackout, right after the murder, when he was cleaning.
I see! Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
I mean, it's called luck, sweetie.
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
To be honest, I would have prepared a drawing, because I assumed something like this would happen. To go to that trouble of preparing this? Just what do you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning. Okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, I really relate to Nagito because I would do this kind of shit. Where I would just, it would seem like I was the killer, but I'm not the killer. If this is the case. Because I don't know what this fool's trying to do here. Because they're not exactly saying he's the killer, but just he's suspicious so much. And I feel like him doing that is just kind of like he's messing with people. But at the same time, it's like, could he?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already.
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! How wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Oh my god! He got so crazy!
Huh?
I love him for this fact. I'm sorry, it really is the truth. There's something about like this Minecraft people that are just like, you know what? Whatever, I don't give a fuck. Those eyes. In that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started. I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, you all saw how that played out. But with the twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery.
It certainly has.
Byakuya performed admirably.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Me? Lie? That's outrageous! There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys.
I love this guy so much.
I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. I'm too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope. I'm too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
Oh my god!
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
What?
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
This guy? Is he the real Nagito?
Hey, Nagito! If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Yep. I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
Then, how about that old building near the hotel? Well, if it's just cleaning, leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at it.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there and full of cobwebs. And I was so busy cleaning the dining hall, and I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. If you stayed in there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health. In that case, why don't you guard the case in the office?
Oh, I get it. If Pekka was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions. It was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
Nagito's talent? I believe his talent is ultimate unlucky student, ultimate lucky student.
I see!
Yeah, he said lucky student.
You're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
Huh? I'm left with the red mark? For someone that called the lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. But it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just like I wanted.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed? Oh, the despair it brings. It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this psycho.
Please, Monokuma! Please, wait!
Huh?
No?
The fuck?
How should I put this? Is Nagito really the killer?
I think he's just fucking with all of us. That just seems like... Who would reveal that they're killer in the first case? That's all I'm saying. It just seems like he's just kind of a douchebag. But I love it because it's like a weird sort of like, you know what? Let's just kind of add more stuff to it, you know?
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange. If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke. I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
From this point on, lines of whiteness will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. Please time your truth bullets just right so they won't get interrupted by the white noise. By the way, if the difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In that case, all it means is this explanation didn't mean anything at all. It had no meaning whatsoever. Oh, please don't worry. I'm not going to fall into despair. Even though it's meaningless, allow me to say one more thing. In this debate, you won't be able to shoot down the white noise. That will be explained later. And then options, controls. Good luck, have fun. Got it. Usually you're able to suppress the white noise. Oh no, there's so many things. The heck is Ibuki's account?
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed.
You know...
Oh my god,
that bastard Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with the knife he hid.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, she's so sad.
Thanks for wasting our time, skanky bitch!
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
Why does Mikan think it's strange? She must know something that contradicts the crime scene. Alright, so let's look at Ibuki's account because let's see here. It's a blackout. Kuzuichi, hey, I can't see anything. Ibuki, Mario, Hiyoko, Bakia, Nagito, ow. Okay, Akane, Teru, Sonia. So, I don't think it's this one, because Nagito just said ow in that one. It's just a small little thing. Chiaki's account? What's the account here? We don't really need that one. Kuzuichi's account. Alright, let's see here. After blackmail, Kuzuichi didn't see anyone except for Pico there. Well, didn't see Pico either. Mikane's autopsy report. That's probably what it is, honestly. If it's not that, because she did the report. According to Mikane's autopsy, Bakia sustained several punctured wounds to his chest and abdomen. The wounds were inflicted by a then sharp weapon, roughly 5 millimeters in diameter. So that's what she's actually mentioning. That's what she's getting on about.
Nagito!
He has already confessed.
You know...
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it.
This one right here.
He killed Byakuya with a...
No, that's wrong!
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Mikan?
What the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But, based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse!
God dang! Why is he also just like, she barely talks, leave her alone, stop fooling.
Not a whorehouse!
Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Mikan? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikan's the one who said it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, Did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off.
What happened during the blackout?
Okay, you have an account of your own? You should know.
If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Oh my god.
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight. Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me?
No, that's not it.
Not it? What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight. No, that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. It's Ibuki's account.
I can prove it with this. Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
Oh, reals?
Oh my... How do you not know? Don't act so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this.
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on. I can't eat like this, you know.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck.
I mean, kind of like you?
You've cut me deep with your knife of truth.
However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark...
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It almost sounds like... Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened.
Huh?
As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
So, Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife? He got shoved from under the table because he couldn't even grab it? Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I can interpret it like that. No, actually, now I think about it, it sounds like exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint, and I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know.
You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth!
Meaninglessness. What other word is brimming with so much despair? But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward.
He seems like such an annoying teacher. Like one of those teachers that's just like, you could do your best at all times. Like, just make sure to keep doing it, keep moving forward. Doesn't actually teach and just kept saying like motivational speeches like all the time. He sounds exactly like that.
Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really Nagito I knew before? No. There's no way I could say that. I just thought I knew him. But this whole time, I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now's not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find out Bakuya's killer by any means possible. Because if we don't, we will die here. Suspended? What?
Well now.
Now the class trial has reached its climax, but... Okay, here's a question for you. What's this? To those of you who figured out who it is, how about you try out the Guess the Killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their save data melt away like butter. But if you guess right, I'll award you a $10 million. $10 billion? Of course, for those of you who don't know who the killer is, you could just continue on.
Now then, what are you gonna do?
X button to continue on. Guess the killer challenge? I want to guess the killer challenge. There's no way you'd be able to guess who the killer is.
And of course, there's no $10 billion either.
There goes my get-rich-quick scheme.
You're so evil.
Villain, you truly are a villain. Of course, yeah, God duped me. No, we gotta save progress. So we're gonna be saving progress. You know what that means, folks? We're gonna have a quick, small session. So I'm gonna take about like 3 minutes, like go to the bathroom, do other stuff, blah 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 blah, and we'll continue this on for the next little bit. So yeah, see you on like what? A bathroom break? Yeah. Things are getting intense.